Hello and welcome to the GSBC podcast, brought to you by the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce and powered by Purple Bunny Marketing. I'm your host, Matt Taylor-Farrington, and today we are joined by Councillor Pye Augustine from Ipswich City Council. Thank you for coming in, Pye.
Oh, most welcome.
And we're going to have a chat to you today. We've got a few questions there to talk about how Council's supporting small business in the Greater Springfield region. So to start, can you provide an overview of the current economic landscape in Greater Springfield and how it fits into Ipswich's broader growth strategy?
Yeah, thanks for that, Matt. We know that Springfield is one of our fastest growing areas, not just here in Ipswich, Queensland, but also Australia. So it gives us a great landscape to build off. We've got a total of 326 businesses here in the Greater Springfield area, which is great, which those businesses contribute to our economic bottom line. So we know that, we look at Ipswich as a whole, but when we look micro on Springfield, we can see that the highest employment sector is health, in Ipswich, and also here specifically in Springfield. It employs about 15% of our people, which is a massive sector.
Yeah, that's a huge number.
Big area. We also have our public administration and safety, which is at 10%, which also includes our defence, that public administration, because we are a big defence city.
Town. Yeah, definitely.
And that is contributes to our economic driver as well. So we also from Springfield, we love our Greater Springfield Chambers, obviously, and so we love to partner up with them and make sure that we play a vital part of the chambers, as well as the chambers then leading on to helping our businesses as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess the Springfield region is really full of that micro and smaller business categories. Obviously, we've got some bigger ones there, but our large portion of that market is definitely that micro and small business. All right, so Ipswich City Council's Economic Development Strategy document from 2023 to 2027 emphasises 4 key pillars: people, place, prosperity and partnerships. How do these pillars translate into tangible support for our small and micro businesses in Greater Springfield?
So any strategy we have, has to have those key pillars. And as you said, we've got our people. So, for example, for our people, we focus through mentoring and capability building with our businesses. So we do a couple of one-on-one initiatives, which help the business down at their real core. And then we look at our places, the place pillar, which is through our infrastructure and placemaking initiatives. We've got stuff that we help with our businesses to make sure that they're, how the infrastructure in their business is going. And then prosperity is the 4th pillar, and that's by facilitating businesses by helping them to access resources, data, and also scope in investing their business to attract more to their business, because that in the end of the day helps not just Ipswich, not just the business, not just Ipswich, but Springfield's bottom line on attracting more to us. And then we've got our 4th one, which is partnerships, which as I mentioned before, we love partnering up with the chambers.
Yes, definitely.
And then the chambers then partner up with businesses, and then we see how that we can then come together in that partnership to help in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been a great partnership with Council with the Chamber, and it was great to have you the last breakfast catch up and talk about, I guess, some of the economic data that we were seeing around the performance of Ipswich as a whole, but even in Springfield. And it's just mind-boggling at how quickly it's growing. I grew up here, and it still, some of the areas like Ripley Valley, I used to ride my bike there. So, it's interesting to see how the growth has come, definitely.
definitely.
All right. So in 2020, Ipswich City Council became Queensland's first small business friendly council. So what initiatives have been implemented under this charter to assist small business and in particular in Springfield?
Oh, yes. So starting our business-friendly council, we've had a number of different initiatives. Yes, that's right. Yep. One of them has been, I know, the new business breakfast.
Yes.
So we've had them. So we've had 2 of them so far, and
yes.
they were really, really well received.
Yep.
I don't know if it was because I emceed it or not, Matt, but we got a lot of good feedback from that where new businesses felt really supported in their journey.
Yes.
And also that partnership of partnering up with other businesses was a real key takeaway from the new business breakfast venture that we started. So, and we also have the Small Business Resilience and Growth Program as well, where locals, procurement, we can try and enhance that as well, making sure that we have the local buy. We focus on, how can we use local businesses first.
Yes.
So we make sure we do that with a lot of our programs as well. So, so we can zero in on our homegrown. We keep talking about our economic data, our bottom line. We're not going to be able to grow unless we help our businesses as well right here in Ipswich.
100%. Yeah, it's very important that we make sure that, one, we all support each other, but two, that the local community has all the resources they can find here to support those businesses as well. Yeah. So that as a whole we all grow. So
exactly. Yeah, I was going to say I'm always about, asking businesses where they're from, and then, and I love it when people have started new businesses here in Ipswich.
Yes.
And then in Springfield, it's just, it's so good. It's just makes them feel more at home, and, if they're going to feel more at home, then they're going to thrive more.
Yes, agreed. And I'm pretty sure everyone would rather avoid the commute down the Ipswich motorway if they could, and work locally if there was more jobs.
Yeah.
So definitely. Yeah. So programs like the Small Business Resilience and Growth Program have provided grants to local businesses for digital upgrades and physical improvements. Are there plans to continue or expand such programs in the future?
Oh, I think so. We've got, with Springfield experiencing such high growth, and also this corridor experiencing high growth, we definitely will look at different programs to make sure that we're keeping up as a council as well.
Yes.
I know the recently announced 2025-2026 Queensland budget delivers new grants as well for businesses, which definitely the Springfield businesses are going to be able to apply for those.
Yes.
So as a council, we're always looking for all those new different opportunities. So definitely we will be continuing different opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely think the ones in the digital space are very important in this day and age for our consumers. Not speaking personally for myself here, I'm aware of quite a few clients that we've worked with that obviously had access to some of those grants that helped them to kind of get their business running to then be able to sustain that digital footprint, which is good. So
definitely something that we have to make sure we evolve with.
Yes.
As I said, that space is always changing, and it's changing really rapidly.
Yes.
And so, you might set up something and it's there for a year, but you always have to be mindful that things do change very quickly.
And need changing and upgrading or developing.
Yeah, and there's so many just little quirky things that you need to, just like even websites, even 5 years ago couldn't take payments. Now, if you're not taking payments through your website, you really need to have that sort of technology. So
yes, definitely.
Yeah, all of those sort of things. So it's very.
Yeah, I think COVID changed a few things there for people when they could shop at home online, and I think that's become the new norm now.
Yeah.
So, yes. All right. So. Workshops and educational programs have been offered to small businesses in the area, like Springfield. So what topics have kind of been covered, and how have these programs impacted the local entrepreneurs?
So we've had the impact we've had on our businesses. We've covered topics like, the digital marketing, financial planning. Also, one of the key components of businesses, which I've really been talking to a couple recently, has been tender ready.
Yes.
And getting on the tender panel.
Yep.
So that when tenders come up, they're ready to go.
Yes.
That's the way you win.
Correct.
Tenders. You're not going to get it unless you're ready. So that was one of the big impactful, especially what I've been, going around to local businesses at the moment and really telling them about a vendor panel,
Yes.
so they're ready. So that was one of the good outcomes from the workshops. But we also recognise the work that the Springfield Regional Jobs Committees do as well, where we council partners with them as well. So, we've got to make sure that that we partner up with everyone and making sure that everyone's doing their part. We will deliver workshops, but we also have a look at what other people are delivering. But with our workshops, we know that it's created a lot more confidence within the businesses, that they can, feel a lot. They don't feel alone, Matt, that they've got someone to partner. They can feel somebody that they can call upon if they need stuff. When they just get sometimes you can get caught up when you're in a business, especially smaller business, you can get caught up in your own head. And when you've got those,
it can be lonely in small business. You're on your own. So I think the finance one probably would have been a great one as well. I know a lot of business owners who start their business and then don't realise cash flow and the financial side of owning a business and all the costs that are associated with that.
Yeah, because most people go into business because they're passionate about something.
Correct.
And they know their little niche market, but then they might not be like they don't know the monies and the GST and how do we do that? How do we pay it?
All those sorts of things.
All of those sort of things. They're very good at their little. Their niche.
What they do.
But it's making sure that we don't get in trouble with that, the tax person. Yes.
Yes, correct. So, no, I think it's great that you have those types of workshops to support the people that have got that drive to kind of get going, get started.
Yes.
So, all right. So, moving on. Next question we have is infrastructure development is crucial for business growth. What recent or upcoming projects in Greater Springfield are aimed at enhancing the business environment for small enterprise?
For small enterprise, we've got a number of different capital work programs in our recently delivered budget.
Yes.
We've got a couple of projects for Springfield that will encompass the strategic road network. So that's very key when we've got our roads that are in place. We've got key projects such as the Springfield Parkway upgrade, so that people, when you're commuting to work or even if you're working and you're having to get places, the road network is very crucial to time. Time is money, they say.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that infrastructure that we're trying to do here in Ipswich, making sure that the people can get around quicker.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's important. It's hard if it's taking you that extra time in the commute, whether it's before work, after work, or even just like for myself, I have to travel to clients. From one side of Ipswich to the other, and it can make or break the time that you have if if traffic's heavy.
And especially when we said, we're growing so fast, Springfield's growing at an exceptional rate as well.
Yes.
And if we're, we have, we find that problematic driving to Brisbane, but now it's starting to, the population is growing, so then, it puts extra pressure on our infrastructure.
Correct.
So we're trying to make sure that we're keeping up with it as best we can, as fast as we're growing. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, last question for you in the hot seat. Ooh. So looking ahead, what is council's priorities to ensure that small and micro businesses in Greater Springfield continue to thrive amid our rapid growth? Obviously, we've got the rapid growth of Rippled Valley just up the road. So how does council, I guess, what are they seeing as a priority for the future?
Oh, I think one of the things that really sticks in everything is our red tape. It really slows down a lot of development in no matter what it is. If it's even building a house or trying to get all your DAs approved, we're trying to really reduce red tape. That's one of the things that we really need to look at.
Yes.
Because things are taking a bit too long. Yep. So that's one of the initiatives that we're really trying to look to in the future.
Yes.
I think that also backs onto the state government. They've got their reduced red tape initiative.
Yes.
So we as council will look at that as well and try to make sure that going forward things take lesser time to be approved, because as I said before, time is money.
Yes.
And we got to make sure that things get approved quicker.
Yes.
Yeah,
couldn't agree more. I think red tape sometimes can hurt business. So, that would be great, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you for coming along and having a chat to us on the GSBC podcast. And I know that the Chamber is grateful for the partnership that we have with Council to be able to speak to you guys and communicate back to you what businesses on the ground are saying and feeling in the market. So,
No, well, I love attending everything that the Chambers has to offer, because I feel that, if Council is there as a representative of Council, then it gives confidence in our businesses. So, but no, thank you for having me on today, and I really enjoyed it.
No worries, thank you. And thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of the GSBC podcast. Make sure that you like and follow on all of the social media channels.